kids! Welcome to our lesson for today. So remember, last time we talked about how the woman of Shunem had created a room for Elisha, and she had given him a bed and a table and a chair, and she had built him a room. And Elisha was very happy because now whenever he visited Shunem, he had a place to stay, and he had a place to study, and he had a place to pray. And to thank the woman, Elisha had asked God to give her a son. And Elisha had told the woman, a time like this next year, you will be holding your baby in your arms. And that is exactly what happened. The woman had a son, and she was so happy that now she had a baby boy, and she was so happy, and she took a lot of good care of her son. She took care of her son with everything that she had, and she made sure that he never lacked anything. He had everything was too good for him. He had everything that he needed. He had everything, and his parents were so happy. And every time Elisha would come and visit the family, he would see the boy with a new tooth, or he's starting to try and walk, and it made everyone happy. Everyone in the family, including the woman's husband, the father. Everyone loved this son.
And so the husband would take the boy everywhere. And so this one day, he decided to take his child, his son, to the fields, and they went together holding hands as they looked at the fields and everything.
Went into the field, and the boy was running around happily, and he was even helping to harvest some of the barley in the field.
He would stock up his own small
bundle, and he was so happy to be out in the field with his father.
But immediately, out of nowhere, the boy looked at his dad and he said, "My head, it hurts, my head hurts so much." And the father did not understand what is happening, so he ordered one of the servants and said, "Take him to his mother right now,
rush him to his mother."
And the servants rushed the boy to his mom, and his mother took him and placed him
in the coolest room in the whole house. She went and she sat with him, and she placed him on her lap, and she rocked him back and forth like she did when he was a baby.
And sadly at midday the little boy died.
Her son died, and she was so sad. So she picked him up and she took him into Elisha's room, and she placed him on Elisha's bed, and then she shut the door. And then she ordered a servant to prepare a donkey because she was going to see the prophet Elisha. But then she hadn't told anyone what had happened to her son. So when her husband saw that she was leaving to see the prophet, he asked her, why do you need to go and see the prophet right now? Why do you need to go? But the woman refused to speak because she did not want to talk to anyone about what had happened except the prophet Elisha. So she told the servant, make the donkey go as fast as it can, and she set out to go and see Elisha.
But from these children we learn, we're going to see what God did, but we learn that in this world sometimes we go through things that we don't understand. There are trials that we go through, there are troubles we go through, and we might not understand. But one thing is for sure, God still loves us and cares for us. So we're going to see what happens next time, but now we're going to stand up and sing our song. So let's all stand up and sing this song.
Okay kids, it's time to sing our song. Now we've just had a very sad story about how the woman of Shunem loses her son, and how it's very sad that this trouble came to her. But troubles will always come to us, and we need to always stand strong. So everyone, help us sing this song. Stand up. Help us sing this song about standing strong with God.
Stand strong when life changes. Stand strong through the ups and downs. Stand strong, for you know that God is in control. Stand strong when life changes. Stand strong through the ups and downs. Stand strong, for you know that God is in control. The storms of life will push and pull, but we are standing on the rock that never rolls. The storms of life will push and pull. We will keep standing. God is in control. Stand strong when life changes.
Okay, kids, it's time to do our craft. Now, we've just had a very sad story of how the woman of Shunammite got her son and how she was so happy, but then her son died.
Got sick and died. That's so sad.
Her son got sick and died.
Yeah.
So, for our craft, to remember this story, we're going to draw the woman of Shunammite. And remember, we said that all the time in our life, we will always face troubles, but we need to keep trusting and loving and obeying God.
Yes, so our craft today will show the son who fell sick while in the fields with the father, and then his head started paining, and later on he died sadly. So that is what we are going to do to just help us remember what happened to the son. So we have the son here, as you can see. I've just drawn a boy, and then he's in the fields and he has a very bad headache. He has a terrible headache, and then he dies. So that is all you're going to do. Just draw a boy, draw some barley on the fields, and or wheat on the fields, and then make sure that the boy is in pain because his head started paining all of a sudden. So today we're just going to do a lot of coloring. So let's get right into it, and I'm going to start with the fields. So I'll just color the fields. Okay, so that's it. I've colored the young boy who was at one moment very happy with his father in the field, but then again he just got a headache, a very terrible headache, and later on he died. So I'm going to write my heading so that we know what we are talking about.
In order for us to remember the story, we're going to write the son of the woman of Shunem dies.
Yeah, so we'll first of all write, so the son of the Shunammite woman dies. This is a very sad story. And remember, we said that sometimes you go through things that you can't even explain. You don't know why it happens to you. And that's because we're in this world and there's so many troubles in this world. So when you're okay, you really need to thank God. So let's not forget our story is from 2 Kings chapter 4 as well. So you can go ahead and read the story, watch the video again, understand the lesson, and just know that sometimes we go through things we can't explain. We don't know why they happen to us. No one has answers, but that's because we're in this world. Okay, so that's why we stop. Yes, that's our lesson today, and that's our craft. Until next time.
Bye.